Hello, I'm Claire. Welcome to my channel, Clarobobbins. This is Friday Sews. Thanks to Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room for this fabulous hashtag. So today I have a few different things to talk to you about, little bits and pieces of things. So I've got my notes here. Excuse me for referring to them. So it's Meade May. It's the 1st of May today. It's Meade May, and I have some information about that for you. And what I'm wearing today, I'm wearing the Love Notions Sunday romper in a fabric I bought from Pound Fabrics, and I'm also wearing my Willowdale bra underneath and some Stevie knickers by Paper Theory Patterns. So I'm completely me-made today. I thought that'd be good for the first day of May. So come back to me in a moment to hear what else I'm going to be telling you about Meade May. I have an update of my Fabric Wheel of Fate spin number 5 make, which is the Roseclair dress by Cashmerette. And last weekend I went to the British Quilt and Stitch Festival, and that was at Uttoxeter Racecourse in the Midlands in the UK. So some information about that, and I have a haberdashery haul to show you. So lots of little bits and pieces today in my Friday Sews, lots of information. Come back in a moment and hear all about it. So I thought I'd just talk through my Meade May pledge before I started anything else. So Meade May is from the Zozo blog, which I've put a link to that. It's all about just being accountable to yourself and making a pledge in May that suits you, suits your style of making, and that you're happy to do a pledge to. I suppose it's to think about your sewing and your making, and what you enjoy about it, what you want to achieve. It's early on in the year. We're just coming into spring's fully sprung. It's early summer. We're having a fabulous early summer here in the UK with glorious sunny days and warm weather. So yeah, Meade May is all about having a think about what you want to achieve in your sewing, what you want to wear in your sewing, but more than anything, being accountable and thinking about sustainability and re-wearing clothes and that type of thing. So I haven't bought any clothes other than about 4 bras for 7 years. I have moved on a lot of clothing, which has gone to charities such as SmartWorks, which is a charity for women, getting women back into work, and it's all about creating a capsule wardrobe for work for women, and then they train them in interview techniques and help them to get back into the world of work. And so all of my clothing when I retired, my work clothing, went to them, along with some beautiful pieces that I just couldn't get into anymore and thought I probably never would. So yes, some lovely Max Mara clothing and that type of Italian design fabrics and so on. So since I retired, and then we had lockdown, and my wardrobe has changed quite a bit. I don't need a work wardrobe as such. However, we do ballroom and Latin dancing, and I do need a wardrobe for dancing. So I'm able to concentrate on lovely floaty dresses and a casual wardrobe, and then comfortable stuff for home, but also sportswear. So for my Meade May, I want to continue. I wear my me-made clothes all the time anyway, so just wearing me-made clothing every day, that's just part of my normal life. I could document that, take photographs and post them. I may or may not. It'll depend how busy I get. I might do, maybe one a week. I don't know. I'll think about it. I'm not sure at the moment whether that suits where I'm at and what I want to be achieving. However, I am going to, during the month of May, concentrate on sewing up my scraps, my jersey scraps, beg your pardon, into underwear, because some of my underwear is getting a little bit worn and I need some more. I'm also going to be concentrating on making some clothing for sportswear, for the gym and that type of thing, because again, that's the type of thing we're changing from winter through to summer. I'm going to need some cooler clothing to wear for my sports activities. So watch this space and I'll keep posting what I get up to. Okay, so where am I? Here I am. So the pledge is going to be to continue my sustainable sewing and develop my Meade May wardrobe, and then it's going to be to focus on my Meade May wardrobe on my sportswear and my underwear. Okay. So the next thing I will talk to you about is the British Quilt and Stitch Village, and I'll put some footage in that I took. There was an excellent exhibition of some really lovely quilts. There were also several groups there, and one of them in particular, Rebound, I really enjoyed looking at their stand, and they'd done some beautiful postcards in quilting, and I particularly like the way they displayed those. Two lovely ladies, a lot of work, some really lovely work. So it was nice to see a whole number of different quilting groups from around the Midlands area exhibiting their work, and it was a very high standard. So I went with friends, 4 of us went all together, and I must give a shout out. I was shopping with my friend Sandra at Standard Stitched, and we were engrossed in looking at one particular stall, and the lovely Tricia, who is a subscriber and has commented, bless you Tricia, thank you so much, introduced herself to me, and that's the first time anybody's done that, because I'm a very new vlog, not been vlogging very long. I started in January 2025, and she came and said hello to me, and Tricia, you made my day. Thank you so much for coming to say hello. It was a lovely day. It was great to be away with sewing friends. We just went for the day. We had a lovely lunch. We had a couple of coffee sessions. We split into 2 pairs to do our shopping, and we got some lovely stuff. So Tricia, thank you so much. I hope you had a lovely day too. The weather was glorious, so it was really nice to sit out and have coffee and lunch out on the restaurant terrace and so on. And the Utox to Racecourse is lovely in the sunshine. It's a bit different if it's blowing a hoolie and wet, because the wind whips through there and it can be quite a chilly area. But on a beautiful sunny day, we had a glorious time. So thank you for that. So what did I buy? I'll show you what I bought. I bought haberdashery mostly. Didn't buy any fabric. I was quite proud of that. I was quite tempted by a tessuti pattern, but I have so many patterns, so I didn't buy it, but I might come back to it, and I can't remember the name of the pattern, the tessuti pattern that I liked, but it was, I'll have a word with Sandra. We both admired it. Yeah, really nice. We saw some lovely fabrics, quilting, and a little bit of dressmaking fabric. It was mostly geared to quilting. What did I buy? Well, one of the stands had little rosy cheeks labels, and I've almost run out of the large labels, and I like to put these on yokes for things like shirts, shirt dresses. I like to have them on the inside of the yoke in the middle, and I bought Be Strong, Be Happy, Be You, and Imperfectly Perfect, and I will pop those, I'll pop photos of those for you to have a closer look at. I also bought some buttons. There was a lovely stand, haberdasheryandmore.co.uk, and I bought some lovely coconut buttons, and I bought 2 different colours of those. I bought a darker one because they're mixed. She let me choose pick my own. So I bought some lighter ones and then some darker ones in those nice neutral colours. I also bought these, which were really unusual. I'm quite attracted to sustainable buttons. And I bought these, and they're made with eggshell set in resin, which I thought was lovely. And again, I'll put some close-ups of those. They have a really nice kind of abstract colour to them. They've got pinks and browns and whites, and they're set in a grey, quite a neutral grey resin. So I thought they were lovely. So there we go. So that was haberdasheryandmore.co.uk. I'll put the details below. I didn't notice who I bought the little Rosy Cheeks labels from, I'm afraid. Obviously they're little Rosy Cheeks labels, but I can't remember whose stand I bought those from. I was very impressed, didn't buy anything, by Liberty Bell, because they had the most beautiful Japanese fabrics, Japanese quilting fabrics. They were cottons, but they had a kind of island tweed look to them. Beautiful, beautiful colours. I will be tempted to look at those again for projects. So I brought their card home, and they're based at Whitegate in Cheshire. I'll pop those below, the other details. Who was this? This was Ooh La La. Was it Ooh La La? Ooh La La Crafts UK. Ooh La La Crafts Supplies on Facebook. And they had some lovely elastic binding. Now, my Cashmerette, I can't remember the name of it. It's a sportswear top. Anyway, it's bound with this, and I thought it's particularly nice quality, this fold-over elastic. And I bought a whole range of colours. I bought a bright purple, a turquoise, a blue, a white, and then a mid-blue. So I thought that was a great range of colours to go with. I mean, you could wear it with underwear, use it with underwear as well, but I thought it was a great range of colours to use for sewing sports tops. And it feels really soft. It's very stretchy, a nice stretch and recovery. And unlike the last lot I bought, which I bought online, I think from Amazon, it feels quite smooth. So the last lot I bought wasn't as nice quality as this, so I bought several of those. I bought, can't remember how many metres of this I bought, I need to measure it, for bags, bag making, just some handy strapping, and I also bought from them some labels, and I bought these little smiley labels, and these are really handy, you know, things like the back, when you want to know where the back of a t-shirt is and that type of thing. But they can also go on the outside of garments, because I think they look quite good fun, you know, edges of pockets and, you know, side seams, and they're nice in sporty wear. So little, and that's, I've got a pink, a grey, a cream and a lemon and grey. And then I thought these were very cute. Again, quite small labels, very reasonable at £1.50. And I've got pineapples, cherries and kiwis. And again, they're quite nice just for showing the backs, you know, where the back is. Did I need labels? No. Did I buy them? Yes. And then these, and these are handmade with love. And they're little, there's a sundae, they're kind of ice creamy, fruity kind of novelty labels, and again they'll be nice just to slip in where you just want a small label. So I bought those because I just couldn't resist. And my last purchase of, oh no, it wasn't my last haberdashery purchase, was this navy cording, and it's really lovely old cotton cording, and this came from a shop in Nantwich that were there, so they're quite local to me. So it was £3 for 5 metres, which I thought was good value. Now normally I use bootlaces, which I just get from Amazon, and I've got a range of those, but they're polyester, they're quite slippery, they tend to come out in the wash and that type of thing. I thought it'd be really nice, especially if it's going in a nice hoodie or something, to have the cording. So I thought I'd try it, and if I like it I might get some more in different colours. So there we go. Now the other thing I bought, and Sandra and I both bought one of these. We went to a lovely book, a lovely stand where Christine Plummer, who's a mixed media artist and tutor, had some fabulous kits, and oh, she had the most beautiful books on display. I'll put photographs up here. And Sandra and I bought two different designs, but you get everything in the kit to make the book and the instructions. This was orange and turquoise. The sample books looked lovely. We thought we might have a day book making. Should be very different for both of us. So yeah, lots of lovely handmade papers and some Decaville in there as well. And yeah, and it makes a little tiny book about this size. So thought that'd be nice, something a bit different to do. So I really enjoyed her stand, and I quite liked that craft side of the show. So that was lovely. I'm just going to check that I didn't have anything else on that to tell you about. I'll just check my iPad. No, that was it. That's the haberdashery haul and the books. So the final thing I wanted to talk to you about was my 5th spin of my fabric wheel of fate, which is my main sewing project at the moment. I've also been doing a bit of gardening. The garden has really needed tidying up. I'll put some photographs of that in at the end. And I've been busy with my bees. I was there all morning today and busy, you know, off I went to the quilt and stitch show. So not as much time as I would have liked to sew this week, but a really busy, fun packed. I feel like I've achieved a lot this week, so that's been really good. So my Cashmerette Roseclair pattern, which is a bit messy, it's got the little brown paper tape on it because that can go straight into the recycling. Don't have to worry about the plastic, and anything that has less plastic on, in my humble opinion, is good. So too much plastic on everything at the moment, isn't there? So this is a very different bodice front to the one you're used to seeing when I've been showing you slopers and so on, and something that Diane in Stitches mentioned when she was talking about moving a dart in one of her comments to me. And normally, if it's a straightforward bodice with a side dart, a bust dart, I would just slash straight across, because I always have to move the bust point down, the apex down, by about, certainly in these patterns, in Cashmerette patterns, by 3/4 of an inch. It varies depending on the pattern block, but I usually have to move them at least a little bit. And of course this is a wrap dress, and it has this lovely long bias line on the pattern, so I couldn't do that. So what Diane Stitches does with hers is she cuts out a box and moves the box down. So that's what I had to do in this pattern. So I cut out the box and I moved the dart down, which also moved the bust point down, and then I just graded that in. I checked the overall length of the bodice. I didn't need any more length. That was all fine. Normally I have to add it at the top and then take it away above the waist. So I thought I'd just show you how I'd done that. So I literally just cut the dart out and moved it down, and then put some paper in here above it, moved it down to the measured amount compared to my sloper, and then yeah, overlapped it at the bottom. Once I'd moved the bust dart, I then did a full bust adjustment of about 1/2 inch, which is how much I need to make this fit me. So yeah, so that's had a 1/2 inch full bust adjustment. I noticed that Zelda did a lovely full bust adjustment on her recent Simplicity blouse. That was her Fabric Wheel of Fate make, so that looked fabulous, Zelda. So yeah, so you you won't be able to see it because it's white on white, but it comes down here. So to do a full bust adjustment, you basically slash down from the seam allowance, from the sewing seam allowance, down to the level with the bust point, which you can tell is where the dart comes in, and then and down, and you then come out from the point of the bust dart, and you leave a hinge, a tiny bit of fabric, and then you can snip into the point here. So you have a hinge here and a hinge here, and you adjust the patterns so you've got a parallel amount here, which is the amount you want to open up for the full bust adjustment, and then you put a piece of paper behind and stick it all back together again. It does add to the waistband as well. I converted that. I just rotated the extra width into the waist dart, and you also end up with a little bit more fabric at the front, which is fine. It was probably, it's not a large amount, and I just took the seam, just took a little, I left it full in the front so you have more fabric to go over the bust, but I graduated that out to the side seam so that the front and back of the piece of the bodice are the same length. So that's how I did it. If you have any questions about full bust adjustment, exactly how I did it, or anything else about the pattern, then do pop them in the comments below. So far I have, it's all cut out, and I've sewn in all the darts, and I have the front and the back attached at the shoulders, and I'm just putting the sleeves in. So I'm gathering the sleeves and putting those in at the moment. And I'm expecting, now I've done those bits, all those parts too, for it to not take that long. The gathering will take me a little while. It's got 3 tiers of gathering, so that'll take me a short while, and there's a binding on this neckline, but hopefully that won't take too long. So we'll see if I like it. So I'm enjoying making it. It's a very different style for me and I'm looking forward to finishing it off and trying it on. So there we go. That's my Cashmerette Roseclair dress, and again I'll pop photographs of the finished dress and the line drawings for you just to have a look at what it will look like when it's together. So that's about it sewing wise. What have you been doing in the sewing room this week? I'd love to hear. Do let me know. Are you taking part in Meade May, and what's your take on it? Do you just try and wear your Meade clothing, or do you record what you're wearing? I did think I could maybe do a series of shorts and some Instagram posts. I don't know. I'm undecided. I've got such a lot on at the moment. I'm not sure I've got time to do that, but it might be nice to keep a record. Yeah, just can't quite decide. So let me know what you're going to do. I'm really interested to find out. I love the whole idea of it, and I love the whole idea of pledging to rewear clothes. So we get away from this average of somebody wearing something 7 times. I've got so much. Well, I can't think of anything of mine that's been worn so little. I wear all my clothes a lot. They get, they wear out. So yeah, I find that very strange. Anyway, there we go. The bees, let me tell you a little bit about the bees. We had a grumpy colony, defensive colony, pestering people. We've moved them away from, normally they're in the garden, we've moved them to a farm with a friend who has a very large garden. They've still been pestering a bit there, but it's been less of a problem there. We are requeening them, and when we looked in today, there were queen cells, so that was excellent news. So they've responded well, and that will solve the problem of the defensive colony. We had lots and lots of nectar being stashed away with this lovely weather we've been having. So the bees have been very, very busy. They're all in our out apiary. And Mr. Bobbins has been working very hard at the bottom of the garden, doing some work on where our home apiary is. just while we had the opportunity of the area being empty and tidying, putting some weed membrane down, relaying some flags. It's been working really hard this week. So that's all good. I've been weeding. I've got my tomatoes ready to go in. My lemon tree has come out into the garden. It always looks a bit tatty when it's just come out of the greenhouse, but it will soon leaf up and look lovely. There's quite a lot of lemons on it already and lots of lovely flowers. My beds are all prepared, ready for seeding. So I'm going to be putting salads, and I've got some chard and nice leafy salady stuff for the summer. The rhubarb is looking amazing. I'll put a photo of that in. I have some lovage down here. My first couple of peony blooms are out, so I sat here so that I could show you them. So they're all looking lovely. And it's just, I mean, it's, what time is it? It's 10 minutes to 8 in the evening in the UK on the 1st of May. And I'm sitting out here with some French terry. And I'm completely comfortable, and it's just glorious. And it has been for probably 2 weeks now. It's just been wonderful. We had some wet weather in between, but we had a good spell of dry weather before that. So we probably could do with a little bit of rain. I don't like to say it, but the garden could do with a bit of rain. I am watering all my pots as well as my greenhouse. So yeah. So there we go. I think last year we've had more sunshine so far this year than we had in the whole of last year. We didn't really have much. It rained and rained and rained, and it was very dark, and yeah, not nice at all. The light quality was really poor, so things didn't grow well. Anyway, this year it's glorious, so we're making the most of it. So I've been in my sewing room. I've been using my wheelie chair. That's great. Really excited about that. And yeah, it's all good. I slept in the new bed one night. Mr. Bobbins was snoring, and I thought, I'll go and get in our new bed. And that was great. It was about 3 minutes and I was able to get in. Perfect. So yeah, that's life. Not very exciting at the moment. It's just real life. Yeah, so gardening, beekeeping and sewing. What could be better? So let me know what you're up to. It's in the UK tomorrow, which is Friday when you're seeing this. We have Friday evening, we start our bank holiday weekend. It's the early May bank holiday. We've just had the Easter bank holiday, and we have a bank holiday at the end of May. So it's a fabulous holiday season at the moment. The forecast is for the weather cooling down on Saturday and Sunday a little bit. We've been invited to a friend's party, birthday party. Hello Barbara, if you're watching, and happy birthday. So that's on Saturday. So I'm looking forward. I'm hoping that the weather will be nice enough to wear my lovely new Loddon pants and my Cashmerette Curso top that I made as my Fabric Wheel of Fate, the cream one with the green leaves. I'm hoping I'll be able to wear that. So I'm hoping the weather will be nice enough to wear that. Yeah, and then we have the bank holiday Monday. So it's all go, it's all go. So I'm going to sign off now. I'll put some little photographs in at the end of the garden, and yeah, and that's me done. Another Friday Sews. It's been lovely chatting with you. I hope you've enjoyed it. Love to hear from you. I'm very close to 500 subscribers, so if you haven't subscribed, why not? It's free. Go on, subscribe, make my day. I had lots of subscribers over the last 2 weeks, so thank you very, very much if you've subscribed. And thank you for watching. Welcome back if you're a subscriber. And if you're here for the first time, consider it. Thank you. Have a lovely weekend and happy sewing. Bye-bye.